So, this is Lil Hap. Actually, his name is Happy Hap, and I call him Lil Hap because he's Lil. And he's a worldie from the tribe of the Jumpers. The worldie have different tribes that you can find out in the VIMOSA, in the worldie room. And Lil Hap has lost his lower lip, and he has crossed eyes because he's kind of dead. This is a relaxation adventure that happened before, called Vertical Limit. I didn't upload this yet, but I was a little bit busy with the SATURDANCE here, and still am. And so there's something happened to Hap, and he died. So this is why his eyes are crossed, but he's Hap. He's happy Hap. He's always happy. So he's there, and he's my go-to worldie because he's small and practical, and he can jump and move. So he has the movement skills, the jumping skills. It's always good for music videos. So yeah, this is my guy Lil Hap. But out of another perspective, it could be a fucking strange toy of a complete nerd pussy weirdo who's kneeling on the ground alone by himself.
Jo, nur so aus Interesse, ne? Was machst du da?
Ich erfinde solche Figuren. Ich habe ganz viele von denen in ganz vielen Größen. Und ich filme die und mache Musikvideos und da sind die dahinter.
Ja, geil, Mann.
Und die tanzen, weißt du? Die machen so lustige Sachen, weißt du? Und wenn Musik dahinter ist...
Ja, ich glaub dir, Mann. Na, ich sehe das erste Mal, deswegen so. Ich denke,
ja.
Mit der Minikamera. Nein, ey, schönen Tag dir nochmal.
Ja auch, ja.
Danke.
Mach's gut. Ebenfalls, ciao.
Guck mal, da ist noch einer.
Ja, das sind die, ja. Da ist Wasser drin. Das ist...
Ja?
Das ist Water Worldy.
Wie hast du das abgedeckt oben?
Ja, mit so einer Plastik dran geklebt.
Ey, das ist geil, Mann. Ja, okay. Ey, schönen Tag dir noch, ne?
Mach's gut, ciao, ja.
I know you felt it, you sensed it, and this is why I don't translate it to you, because I'm an artist. There's no translation needed here. And this is in years the first ever great socializing conversation I had, and that didn't only make my day, it made my years. This was the loveliest person, and I am still happy about it, so happy. I'm happier than Hap. And this was absolutely crucial. It was a fundament of me returning to having conversations and to deal with the situation of being out there with the worldies. This was all new for me, and I feared this. When he walked toward me, I thought he's gonna beat me up. But turned out he was the loveliest soul, and he reminded me at myself. I wasn't listening to the gangster rap or something, but I was listening to techno. So I was listening to techno, I was bodybuilding, and I was young, and I was going to the Sun Booster. I had never had the chance to use my potential in my earlier life until I left and came to the big city to use my potential. And there I was a homeless for a while, and then I found a home, and then I started to use my potential, and 2 years later I was one of the best skaters, sponsored on my way to professional. I was teaching myself music production. And these days I may be alone, I may be the isolation artist, but this is all two crimes to my life that ended my life. And yeah, 6 years later, I'm still trying to return, I'm still trying to survive, and I'm still doing art and still using my potential. SATURDANCE, in case you've already watched the SATURDANCE series, you know that I am using my potential here in full. Look at that. That smile. When a 32-year-old guy, 6 years isolated, victim of crimes, no family, no friends, no money, not even fucking human rights. When a guy like that smiles like that, then he must be using his potential. Otherwise, I would be dead. And whatever that looks like, how you use your potential, this is my version. And look, I choose this scene because I didn't want to show off. You know, I didn't want to show off, but yeah, fuck it. Oh, you forced me. No, this was footage of SATURDANCE 5, and now where you saw a little bit of skin, that was SATURDANCE 6. And SATURDANCE is directed by Fate. But this particular 6 SATURDANCE, this connects to Relaxation Adventure 6. I called it one for the ladies and for the gays and for the worldly lovers. I thought it would be cool to make a thing out of it, like all the six episodes of whatever series I do is showing a little bit skin. And that would mean there's the series Ride or Die. It's a bicycle series. I couldn't continue because of SATURDANCE. But if I reach the 6th episode of Ride or Die, then you know what's going on. So, this was the intro to show you a little bit of background and other series that connect and build up to SATURDANCE, but yeah, couldn't really continue for now. But there was no socializing ever, so SATURDANCE really changed my life. By the rule, it goes down no matter what. This is the rule that is implied in the title I chose for the very first documentary I created in July 2020 that I called Birth of SATURDANCE. By a moment when I was just jumping with Worldys, shouting, and that was the funny moment, just a little moment, and that was it. That was Birth of SATURDANCE. I called it like that, and by that it implied that it goes down. This, ladies and gentlemen, my first ever real life thumb up. Worth more than the goddamn whole internet. I was so happy. I was so happy because I made the jump out of the on top of this thing. I was so happy. I was so happy. This is the actual day Supersocializer came up.
Naja, nicht mein bester Anstand, aber muss reichen. Vielen Dank, ja.
Gerne.
Danke für die Hilfe. Jetzt habe ich eine bessere Perspektive.
I have a whole new life by now. New hopes, new dreams. I made the miracle already come true. Returning to sport, the absolute impossible. 6 years I tried. And it didn't work. It was not supposed to work. It fucking worked. I mean, so far. It's still not safe. This can go wrong at any point here with my health, my blood, but I just say goodbye to my grandpa and to my little brother, I think is this in this case. Yeah, we had a little bit of a super socialization here and thought it would be best to adopt me. And no, you have to read the story time of the YouTube description. There's always a story time to every SATURDANCE. and to all the other arts, but read the Storytime. This is such a lovely story of how this kid, there's a kid, and this wanted so badly to do the jumping and do the adventure with me, and you know, due to the situation with the coronavirus, I couldn't do it. I had to say, for the protection of the both of us. Even though I'm not so afraid of the corona, I mean, if you keep distance, then there is no danger at all. But a child doesn't protect itself, and it doesn't protect someone else. It's just it doesn't know about virus, and it just wants to have a great time. And so it hurt me a little bit that I couldn't do that, the adventure, and show it a little bit the park and in some moves. I was looking forward to that in my mind, but yeah, I just had to say I'm sorry. That point on here, completely focus on my incredible, great, wild adventure. I don't know these places. It's all directed by fate, as I told you. So I just found this, and I'm enjoying this. Something new. I haven't done something like that in ever. And all these little tricks I just did. This was also, for me, it's big. This was big. To jump there with my arms and jump on the rail. This is already trying to do something, you know, going big. It doesn't look big, but for me this is already big, and this is great. I push myself, push my mind, and I try things, and finding this thing in the wild, incredible. And then I went into the wild and found even more spots to do sport. How great was this? And this is one of my favorite SATURDANCE. I get all these SATURDANCEs are so incredible. Just absolutely incredible. There was a lot of socialization going on in this one, but you can see that in the making of the specific SATURDANCE, which is absolutely great. And by the way, there will be a making of for every single SATURDANCE. On the skateboard again after all these years, and it made me really happy. Like I had a moment.
I'm fucking back. I rule.
Yeah, I wasn't skating now for a few weeks and months. My plan is to save my only one good skateboard, and my shoes, they're already almost done, so I have to save this for the better weather. And this is why I was only kind of skating there in the first day, then there was another day and the third day, but yeah, during these days of skating I destroyed my skateboards and all of that. It's just, without a sponsor you can't go street skating without a sponsor. I know this from the past, and the stuff, this is done. I mean, you go skate, your shoes are done within the 3-4 times skateboarding, and the skateboard is done from 1 time street skateboarding, because the street, when you do something like that, boop. Yeah. But what concerns the Supersocialization, there was the homeless. This homeless man, we know each other from, I always gave him a little bit money, and we talked and we laughed. And, you know, he's a funny guy, and sometimes he's down. He's a homeless, but he's a really sympathetic man. And he was there, and I was putting my skateboard there. And the red balloon there, about the red balloon, you can also learn in the other documentary from Epic SATURDANCE. Yeah, he was there. I gave him a little bit money, and he came to me, he ran toward me, he made some funny move, and this was a great moment. This was also, yeah, this was also a little really one of the freest moments because this guy and I, we know each other, I don't know, maybe a year or 2 years or so, I don't know, a really long time. It's like really like friends, you know, like it's super comfortable. I'm really comfortable. I'm only comfortable with the homeless people. From the poor to the rich. SATURDANCE in the fancy area. see little Hab, his eyes changed again. He has a 3-dimensional skateboard there in his eyes, and so I love this. It's kind of a creative, cool move with his eyes. Here I make a guy my assistant. And now I ignore my assistant because I was listening to music again, and he asked if it was alright or if I wanted him to shoot the ball again. I thought I don't want to steal more time of him. I thought this was already great that he helped me. That just thank you. Yeah, this was a Supersocializer unavailable moment. And here's another special Supersocializer moment. Few hours before that, early in the morning, I went out with a new worldie Punky, who belongs to the Enlightened tribe. And of course, in the daylight, you can't see him shine. His incredible great skill. This was very epic here on the bridge, was super epic. But it was so early, and I don't know, it was the earliest mission, just right there to the sunset, alone on the bridge with the wind. It was super epic, like the view, and I knew it would entirely match to the beat for the SATURDANCE. But wherever there is a punk.
Hallo, das ist nur Kunst, das ist nur Kunst. Keine Sorge, ist schön, schöne Farben und leuchtende Figur, nur Kunst. Ja? Keine Bange, danke. Ciao.
It wasn't super socializing, this was super handling. I handled the police, and 1 week later I was handled by the security here at this place. Because I just arrived, it was early in the morning, and I thought this is a good time to just have a relaxed start getting into this SATURDANCE. Suddenly, instantly, the security, I saw him and I was like, ah, fuck. Yeah. But we started to talk. He was wondering what I was doing, and it turned out he just made sure that I wouldn't vandalize, like spraying or, you know, something like that. And I explained to him, I showed him Water Worldy, King Worldy, showed him, yeah, art. Told him I would just do some little bit of art, and I even asked if I clean my shoes, if I could just walk over the bus. And guaranteed him if I make something dirty, I would clean it up. And I always, every single time before I went on the bus, I cleaned my shoes. So definitely with the security, that was surprising. And I think I was I was so bummed in the first moment that I acted like not so super. I wasn't at all a super socializer. This was the anti-socializer here. I was just bummed, and I was like, you know, like I didn't even. I was convinced that this was the end of the session before it even started. So I was, yeah. But yeah, I'm also just a human being. I collect a lot of bad experiences, being screamed at and stuff like that. I leave this out of this documentary, but. I should make another documentary one day about the bad stuff, but I don't want to confront myself with that again. So, yeah. Thank you to this great security, who actually did a great job. He was super fast, his eyes on his job, and make sure that there is nothing done wrong, is not inhuman. Let's happen what doesn't destroy something. And actually, I would have never found out about the bus ever. And I was there. I'm living in the city for 10 years. This is a street I was crossing with the bicycle or with the skateboard in my past for like maybe 300 times or something. Like 10 years, and I was there every few days, or yeah. And since the bus was there, I just saw the bus once, and then I don't care about the bus, you know. I wasn't the parkour guy, I was a skater, but now this is also the road to parkour, and that changed my view, and SATURDANCE changed also my interest. I was interested in the bus, I wanted to find out, so I found it out, and you can read about in the STORYTIME, in the SATURDANCE. This is SATURDANCE 18. Don't forget him. The bus is a monument, a memorial for victims of psychological abuse and psychological murder. And this aligns with what I'm standing for. I have created this movement against pathologization, the abuse of psychology. And yeah, you see, I do art about it, and so it only helps to not actually forget. This day there's another Supersocializing moment.
Ja! Parkour!
Sehr gut.
So muss das sein. Ja.
And that was a super small moment, but just incredibly motivating. This guy, he had such an energy. He came out of nowhere. He gave me the thumb. He was motivating, like, very good, very good. And I wasn't doing anything. I was just there placing the camera and covering my hands because I respect people. I don't want to record people. Look, but this guy, I sensed it suddenly. I mean, he was such an energy. It's like he came into the zone, you know. This was really a moment of two guys motivated in the morning. Germany, bad weather. Yeah. Yeah, one of the best moments out of all the SATURDANCEs. Like what concerns the vibe, the zone, the motivation. Sadly, he missed it when actually something went down. I mean, this was his reaction for me doing literally nothing. I wonder what his reaction would have been to that one.
I again had totally different plan for today, but that's better. Just the sun, and it's super cold. It's kind of wintering. Can I go home now? I don't know if I got enough. I definitely have got footage. Can work with it. Sadly, there's no sun.
Here on this balcony there are 3 benches. 2 you can see, and in the background there's another one where people are now sitting. I Supersocialized them from the first bench away. And I will jump here at this rail for over half an hour, and they are sitting there all the time right in front of me. And yeah, I don't know if they watched me or something, or maybe sometimes or something, but I was jumping, I was dancing, I was doing moves, and yeah, they were just relaxed people. And also this couple was relaxed. I asked them as well if they could sit somewhere else, but I just asked nicely if they wouldn't realize what I was doing, or if they wouldn't want to leave. It's no problem. Then I leave. But yeah, they were all friendly, and that was nice. And also here, where Hap is now, and I'm now in the background, but before I was sitting and adjusting the camera and Hap, and there was a girl passing by, and she gave me this look, very accepting and lovely eyes, super peaceful. And sometimes it's just that, you know, like what keeps you going, what keeps you positive, realizing that there are people out there. Now we're here at this scene. I was here jumping around my 15-20 minutes and doing some action, and then a security came, but he was totally friendly, and I said, please please, just 2 minutes, I only want to do that one handstand here. And I experienced in the past that they wouldn't discuss about this. No, you leave right now. I had this often, but he said, yeah, okay, if it's just 2 minutes, you know, why? There's no problem in that. This is what I always hope to find in people and in securities. I mean, I'm not harming anybody. I'm just standing there, and then I'm doing a handstand, and then I'm out of there. So, and yeah, he gave me 2 minutes. 2 minutes countdown, and I made something out of that time. And then, yeah, here this couple appeared, and they were super friendly. The woman, the old lady, she was interested and asked questions, and this was also yeah, very peaceful, yeah. She was happy about what I was doing, about my figures, and yeah, here you can see. Also, there's a kind of a new tribe. I didn't imply this for now. There's the magnet tribe. The magnet tribe is new, and it's combined with the jumper tribe and the skater tribe. Worldy Little is now a kind of a magnet skating, jumping. Worldy is a collaboration of tribes. But no, this was just a special day. This was really a special day. In all the aspects, this day was just incredible. And before, there was bad weather all the time, like gray weather and rainy weather for yeah, weeks, because the Saturdays before this was also a rainy day. I was out there in the early morning, and it wasn't raining, but before it was raining, after it was raining, and now it was like two weeks bad weather. And this Saturday here, so great weather. It was still cold, but yeah, this was really a good day. And all these Saturdays, they completely saved my life. And when I'm out there, when it works out, it's all about my body. It's all about the health and the blood. If this works out, then I wish I could stay there forever in all these moments. I wish I could Saturdays forever. Like without all these hardcore problems in my life, like really intense problems I have to fear. I hope that I'm not homeless soon. So there will be another documentary, what it takes, and there I will focus on what it actually takes, and of all the stuff that goes into the bad things, and then the circumstances, the health, the pressure, and all of it. Like yeah, that gives a perspective to what I'm actually doing here. I am a person. As you could see in this documentary, I find happiness when it's not supposed to be any possible. Nobody would be any happy under my circumstances. I guarantee you that, because the people under my circumstances, I know them. And there maybe are some homelesses who have some happy moments when we meet, but this is like me, you know. I can be depressed and I meet a homeless and I'm happy, you know. That's not representative for reality. In reality, every person, homelesses I know and meet, you know, we all fight absolutely to keep it up, to keep it going, and to enjoy these moments, these little tiny moments. Sometimes really just a smile, just a word, just seconds that keeps us going. And in Saturdays I collect more than seconds. In Saturdays this is my life now, and I swear I will do this till I die.